Far away. I feel like we're so far away. Why are we so far away?
You're not.
We're the perfect distance from you.
Away.
I feel like I can reach out. That was perfect timing. That was wonderful.
Can you hit me with some lights, business manager? It's a little dim in here.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. From the That's Inappropriate news desk.
Lisa!
Welcome to episode 95.
95. There we go. Just so F to the Y to the I, just so you know. Did I say that right? Hey, Bucky, Kimberly, Sherry, Carrie, T.I.
Ooh, what kind is this? I like it.
The cheapest one they had.
Does that mean I'm a cheap date? I think
You've
that
always
means
been
I'm
a
a cheap
cheap
date. Hey, I'm Pat.
Hello, Aunt Pot and Amber and Maribeth and another Amber.
Amber's in Las Vegas.
Ooh, I've
It's
never been to
probably
Vegas.
less.
Never.
It
Never have I
probably
ever.
gets less fun if you live there because it's not like a destination for a vacation. But in my mind, it's just a place to go have fun.
Right, but that's the same thing as when people are like, "Oh, you live in paradise," and it's like, "No, I live in a retirement community in
It's
Florida."
hot. It's hot. I live in the swamp.
It's hot,
I
as
live in
Mason
the
would say.
swamp.
It's hot, hot.
Hot.
I love how he says hot. So welcome. We are far away, right? I kind of feel like I just need you guys.
Oh God, things are gonna spill and break.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing?
Oh, there we go.
I feel like I just had a seizure.
Mama like, there we
Okay,
go.
did I ever tell you the story of when I was in my first earthquake?
I don't know. Yes, in
So,
Japan.
I was in an earthquake in Japan. It's never happened to me. I thought I was having a seizure.
You're-
Because I was looking at a digital clock and the numbers were like jumbly. And I looked at the guy I was with and I was like, oh my God, I'm having a seizure. And he was like, that's an earthquake, you moron.
You moron. Idiot.
He was from California. It's not fair.
Well, that's true. That's true. Is there going to be a giveaway when you hit the 100th episode? Charlotte, great idea. I'll give you the business manager.
manager's groaning.
Kidding. But we totally can give something away on the 100th episode.
Wait, you're giving me away?
No!
We
should give something
We
away
should get,
on the
we
100th
should
episode.
actually, you know, like how on radio shows they have like the focus group socks or the whatever. We should get
I
something
wonder-
goofy that's just for
I wonder-
Winesday and do that.
I wonder
Yeah.
how much you would go for in an auction.
Auction
I wonder
me?
how much I would
I'm
go for an
priceless.
Fabergé egg right
Fabergé
here.
egg prices
All
right
right,
here.
but seriously though.
Renee, we
I wanna
tuned into
know.
my 600-pound life and I was transfixed.
Yes, we did watch a lot of that over summer. But seriously though, a couple of housekeeping items that you guys need to take for reals right this
Notes.
minute. That's Inappropriate Cruise is happening October 4th of 2019. You need to get your girls or get your man or get somebody that you... No, I don't want to go there. Get your girls or get your man and come on the cruise with us. We have already sold tons of registration on the cruise. We are going to have such a big...
Over 90.
Over 90?
Over 90 of us?
What?
Yeah, hot mess on a boat.
Over 90 registrations.
Over 90 registrations.
Some are bringing husbands.
A lot of
others.
them are double occupancy. This is a party to end all... But this is the mother of all parties. Did you get what I did
Lori
there?
says she's going to take you, you know, all the stuff.
Actually,
Ah.
with us and the Mavens, we're probably near 100.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Maybe they'll
Get
let
in
you
there.
drive the boat.
They should totally let me drive the boat.
I'm
I-
sure somewhere
No,
there's a big
after-
wheel. It'll be like on The Office where they put Dwight out in front on the
Yeah,
toy.
After my procedure, I couldn't drive. So she was driving. We got somewhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so sick.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
give them car
sick.
sickness. All right, so anyway,
They're not a very
totally
good
need to do
driver.
that. Second order of business before we get started onto these juicy Winesday stories. We're going to be in Tampa on Sunday.
The Tampa.
Meet and greet. Okay, Waterworks Bar and Grill, downtown Tampa, right across the street from the Straws Theater.
Meet and greet with us.
And if you still want to get tickets to the Cat and Nat show, they're on the Facebook
The
page.
Cat and Nat Super Fun Show.
Cat and Nat Fun Show. Cat and Nat.
I'm really excited about it.
We will be there. We will be meeting and greeting and drinking because we have the day off on Monday.
I do.
Well, it's not really a day off.
Faith,
but...
I have the day off on Monday because
He
I'm
does.
going to a show.
Yes.
My coworker is in the lobby.
Oh,
Hello!
he's sick on Monday.
I'm sick.
All right, moving on. Okay, so a couple of fun and exciting things here. Everybody was up in arms over this, and I didn't get the big deal, but there was the Sports Illustrated swimsuit
Okay,
catwalk.
so yeah, I guess that's a big thing. That's. I mean, I never got into
You
that
never
for
watched
obvious
it?
reasons. But,
So
but
Eric has never seen the Sports Illustrated swimsuit catwalk, but it is a big thing, and the issue is a big thing.
so what are they? Just catwalk in their swimsuits?
Yes, but they're athletes and they're prominent.
So are they like
individuals.
professional? It's
Yes.
like a professional volleyball player.
Yes.
Those are catwalk
Yes.
strut or professional.
So this
Models.
model who walked the runway on Sunday for the Sports Illustrated thing, basically was in the middle of breastfeeding when it was her turn to go.
She's just like, I got this.
Well, and the editor was like, "It's time to go. Do you want to just walk with the kid?"
I think I'd have a wicked strut.
And she did have a wicked strut, and she didn't. And the reason she said it happened was basically, you want me to scoot over?
Yeah, there you go. You're
You
good.
gotta move
You're
your
good.
chair.
No, you're
I
good.
can't.
Okay.
All right. So basically, she said that the show kept getting pushed back, which makes sense, right? Because all of these events always get pushed back when you go to these big events. And she said the baby was hungry and she didn't have anything else to do, so she fed the baby. So she walked out. So everybody was like, this was a PR stunt. And she's like, no, my kid was just
my kid was
hungry
just
and
hungry.
crying, and so I fed them. And I was just like, hey, feed your baby.
There you go.
Your baby's hungry. Stick him on the boob. Catwalk
I'm
it out.
assuming if you're feeding and like you stop and just go, like it doesn't stop coming out.
Well, she'd have been leaking and walking, and a baby would be crying in the background. So just feed the baby and go. So
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously never partook, but can you just stop the baby, or you kind of have to wait till they're done?
well, you wouldn't ever stop while you're feeding a baby. You just let them finish. But if you had to, like if something were to happen, yeah, but your boob's gonna hurt and you'll probably spray somebody in the process. I've sprayed him a few times. Totally different story.
Girls are gross.
It's not gross. You're feeding a baby.
No,
Anyway.
that story was gross. Feeding
Yeah.
babies not gross at all.
Yeah, no, that's not what he meant. But yeah, but it was just like it's go as you are. You know what?
Good for her.
And she's a model.
So, but then they weren't attacking her. They were kind of saying like, "Go girl," or what were they?
Most everybody was just in support, but then you got the internet trolls who were like, "Oh, she's doing it for
Of
attention,"
course.
and it's like she already had attention. She's a model at the swimsuit at the Sports Illustrated swimsuit thing. Do you
That's
really
like-
think?
It was like, oh god, she's so vain. And
Yeah, it's like she's a model
Supermodel.
and looks like a model. Like I don't understand why you're gonna attack her for that. Like, do you know how you can get really big attention at your next modeling gig? Strap a baby on your tit and see how it goes. It's like, get out of here, people. She didn't need extra attention. She's gorgeous as is. Any hoozle McToozle. All right, moving on. So this story has been on every news network. It has been everywhere.
I'm shocked. I could see that. So first of all, no judgment, because I can totally understand how this would happen, particularly with multiple children in a home.
Yes.
But go ahead and relay the story.
So, mom of 3 gets woken up by her 4-year-old toddler who is crying so hard that he can't talk.
Upset.
So upset. And so the child is trying to talk to them to tell them, relay this message. And as the child is trying to tell the mom this message, the dad jumps up out of bed, runs downstairs, frantically looking for the other kids, right? This is super early in the morning, like 6 a.m., and finds their 3-year-old toddler trapped inside of the front-loading washing machine.
And do you know how they
with
lock?
it on.
Like, yeah, but the
Turned
scarier
on.
part about it is those front loaders, because I've thought this with my toddler who loves to touch buttons and whatever, is like once they close and they're started, they like lock.
Yes.
Like you can't, there's no opening it.
You
once
have to
it's
turn
going.
it off and wait for the lock, the actual lock, to unlock before you can open it. And you also have to wait for the water to drain. So the scary part is the washing machine was filling up. The 3-year-old was inside of it. She was getting tumbled around.
It's so scary.
And so the woman says, and this is, I have to read this word for word because when I read this is what killed me. She said, "I've been hesitant to write this post. First, because of the inevitable online mom shaming that is bound to ensue, and second, because it is just really hard to relive." And then she goes through the entire thing about getting a new washing machine, thinking it was the coolest thing ever.
Telling the kids it wasn't a toy.
Telling the kids, don't go in here, don't touch these buttons, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you can tell a toddler anything. Don't set my house on fire. Turn around, house is in flames, right?
Yeah.
Because they're literally, toddlers are trying to actively kill themselves all hours of the day.
And all of us.
And everyone
And
else.
everyone else.
So the thing that got me about this, and I did a video about this, was the fact that you have to preface what you're going to say with, I know I'm going to be mom shamed and trolled and abused, but I'm glad she posted this, because here's the thing. We're all in the same boat. So we need to know the things that we need to be careful about, right? And I didn't know that if you didn't have the child lock setting on this, you can always enable and start the washing machine. That's why hers went on. She didn't know that the child lock feature was even a thing, because she had literally just gotten the machine. So had it been set, they wouldn't have been able to turn it on. The toddler wouldn't have been able to turn it on, right? So they figured all of this out after the fact, but the problem is, you just don't know. It's a brand new big piece of machinery. You think you just got this new fancy washing machine. Yeah. Now all of a sudden your life is turned upside down because your kid's stuck in it.
So here, true stories, right, or confessions. I totally put my sister in the dryer.
Well, but that's what I said on the thing. We've all done really stupid stuff.
When I was a kid, I put my sister in the dryer for sure. Like, for sure.
But what I wanted to say to her was, thank you for coming out and saying it, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be mom shamed, but that's not the world we live in. I'm sorry that you got mom shamed, but it's awful. Like, lost my kid at the zoo. Okay, been there, done that. We've all done things where you literally turn around. You can't watch another human being every second of every day. It isn't possible.
No.
Sometimes you have to urinate.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go stir the soup on the stove. Sometimes you have to XYZ. And the kid is always around and you're always looking and you're always there. But how exhausting.
Janice said when she was a kid, she locked herself in an old school dryer for 2 hours.
See? We all did stuff like that. And it's terrible.
My brother made me jump off the roof with a 55-gallon
He made
bag.
You?
We were testing it.
Yeah. So you were both doing stupid stuff. But anyway.
BM did it.
Yeah. Who's'll McTool. Point is, parenting is hard enough.
It's so
we don't
hard.
need to shame each other.
And then the other thing that this reminds me of is, like, I've fallen into that trap where I feel like I can tell by the sounds he's making that I know what's going on, and it's like, nope.
The different cries or whatever.
The different cries.
So, shameless plug for Hot Mess Express community for no shame.
Right, and that's the whole thing. That's why we started this page. That's why we started the Hot Mess Express community.
And the parents page.
And that's an appropriate parents page, because we want you to know you're not alone. Like, this stuff happens to everybody, and it's better to talk about it and know that you are not alone than to secretly think, I can't believe how awful a mom I am. It's like, no, that's not true. You're not You're not an awful mom. You're doing a great job. Or dad,
for that matter.
Or dad. You're doing a great job. It's just really damn hard. This job is really, really hard. Especially when you think your kids are asleep. You're just trying to keep them
that's
busy.
actually the scariest part about it, is like you assume the kids were sleeping.
You're just trying to sleep. It's 6 a.m.
Never assume they're asleep.
No.
I swear.
Filthy liars.
Did you see the thing on Facebook? It was a video where they made like a horror movie trailer.
Just with kid feet.
But it was having kids.
Yeah.
And like they would get up and the gates knocked over and everything was gone.
Well, it's just
Haven't you seen the video of the kid that has the baby gates where there's like 3 in the doorway and the kid just climbed up and then went over the other side?
But that's the point. That's what I'm saying. Is it's just
You're
ridiculous.
raising Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or woman.
So Build-A-Bear made a Build-A-Boo-Boo. And what they did was, here's the thing, they were trying to do something really, really nice, but they did not anticipate all of the issues that were going to come about. So Build-A-Bear, if you've never been, is a little on the pricey side. I have taken my children to Build-A-Bear because we had gift certificates for birthdays, and I still, after the gift certificate, had to pay additional money out of my pocket to get them Build-A-Bears, right?
Was it really as magical an experience as they sell? Like the kids really lost their minds, or
some teenager was like shoving this thing on a tube.
One got a Ninja Turtle and one got an Elsa Bear. Okay, but all I'm gonna say is it was super expensive, but it was a very nice experience
for the kids.
They had them for a long time.
I remember those.
They had birth certificates, right? Like it was cute.
Like a Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yes.
Do you remember the Cabbage Patch Kids?
It was like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Can you still get a Cabbage Patch Kid?
Yes, you can.
I'm sorry, I'm going down a rabbit hole, but I'm excited about
get it out of the dark parking lot.
So Build-A-Bear did Pay Your Age Day. And people lost their minds.
My 2-year-old would like 7.
Right. So literally there were lines in stores that were 9 to 10 hours long. People waited. Then when they realized it was getting out of control. I'm not waiting that long for a live bear. When they realized it was getting that out of control, malls all across the globe, not just US, I'm talking every Build-A-Bear across the pond.
This was like everywhere. This was here too.
Every Build-A-Bear store was doing this. Malls were calling the police. People were out there and they were like selling spots in line. It got totally out of control.
So what was it? If you didn't get through the doors by the end of the day, you didn't get the deal?
Build-A-Bear had to shut it down. They had to close all of their stores across the globe, and people were furious. And so then they had to come out. So they tried
to do a nice thing, and it turned into an awful thing.
It turned into a crap show, and then Build-A-Bear ended up having to give anybody who requested.
Oh my God, we can't talk about it. That was a hot mess. Jane, were you there?
That's what I'm saying. It was a disaster. And so what they did was Build-A-Bear, biggest failure in marketing in 2008. Amazon, hold my beer. Yeah. So here's the thing, though. Then Build-A-Bear had to come out and say, well, we'll give you all vouchers. They gave them vouchers for, I want to say, don't hold me to this, but I remember reading $12.
Which was like the bear shoes.
Yeah, it's like you can't buy the bear a pair of underpants for $12. So I was like, I don't know if they did this right. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's still going on.
Wow. Tiffany said hers opened at 10. They shut down the line at 10:30. Said no more.
That's what I'm saying, is they literally were reaching hundreds and hundreds of people, and they're like, no, not you.
Do you know how mad I would have been if I stood in line for hours and hours, and they're like, no, now we're done.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I might have said something off color.
Now,
maybe.
You get me a wine store that's doing BOGO or like buy one case, get another free. I'm waiting in line for a few days, but I'll pack accordingly. Not for a Build-A-Bear.
My favorite is our local grocery store that was mistakenly selling wine we like at a BOGO price.
Oh my God, no.
They were mistakenly selling wine we like at a BOGO price for like 2 months. So every time we'd go, we would buy a lot.
I was getting it for the 4 individual serves for $5.99, and I'm like,
this is a great deal.
I paid $10
but it stayed that way for like a month.
So then I went back and I kept bringing them more, and I'm like, scan this one, and they're like $5.99. I'm like, scan this one. They're $5.99. I'm like, okay, scan these 3.
Well, finally somebody realized that was not right.
Somebody told on us, and I don't have $5.99.
Not that day, like over the course of a month, they realized that was not right.
I came back in and I'm like, what happened to the $5.99 wine? And they're like,
we were losing money. She actually said we were losing money. And I was like, yeah, you were.
That's not my problem. All right, moving on. Oh, we're skipping that story because it's sideways. Oh, so apparently...
I get sad whenever this happens to animals. It's not their fault.
No, but it's beach season, right? Mm-hmm. And with beach season, if you've ever been to the beach, you know you get them pesky seagulls, right? Yeah. Seagulls all over the place.
They are like sky rats.
And they poop on you.
And if you don't live in Florida, you don't understand what I mean, but seagulls are sky rats.
The second you drop a piece of food on the beach, there are 100 seagulls.
And I like birds. Seagulls are sky rats.
Speaking of sky rats, there was a massive pigeon. It was the size of a chicken on the side of the road the other day. The kids were like, what is that?
We don't really have pigeons. We have seagulls. But it did look like a rooster. All right, so these pigeons, apparently there's a beach in, I have to find the exact spot where it was.
Seagulls, not pigeons.
Seagulls. It was Bridport, Dorset?
Dorset? Is that England?
It's in England. It's a beach in England, in Dorset. Mm-hmm. And apparently, the beach cleanup crew at the end of the evening has not been staying on top of their job of going in and cleaning up the beach. And apparently, a lot of the beachgoers recently have been drinkers.
It's World Cup.
And so they've been leaving.
And England did well.
Oh, and England was doing well. And then when they stopped doing well, everyone was like, I'm done with this beer.
So they've been leaving...
It's not coming home!
Like cups of alcohol on the beach, and all of the seagulls have been drinking on the beach and getting hammered.
Poor seagulls.
So they said...
one of those seagulls has cirrhosis now.
So they came up...
That's terrible.
The RSPCA, this vet, David Cooper, said they drove their van up because they had been getting reports...
helping the inebriated birds.
They were getting reports of birds flying sideways. And they pulled up and they were like, we got out and all of these seagulls were walking like drunk people on the beach.
Mother Earth is gonna come and get us.
When the police were calling the other fire stations to see if any, what was it, like meth raccoons?
Meth raccoons?
The raccoons that had, or was it weed?
No, the zombie coons
they ate marijuana.
Marijuana. No, I thought it was something that was going to kill them.
No, it was something else.
It was something that was like eating their brain.
Oh, God. I don't remember the zombie coons. But these drunk seagulls, I have news for you people. There were so many of them taken.
So we have a plant here. Was it holly?
Yeah.
Holly. That if the the berries on it ferment too long and then the animals eat them, they get drunk. Because my parents always have drunk squirrels in the backyard. And you always know when it's a drunk one because they stand up and kind of go like this.
But that's what they were doing. They had video footage of these seagulls, and they were all walking like this.
A sky rat took a sandwich out of Summer's hands while she was taking a bite.
I've been pooped on. I've been pooped on, and a hot dog's been
when I'm
pooped on.
fishing and they try and like eat the lure, and it's like I don't want to have to try and fish a hook out of your mouth, you dumb bird. Like, stop.
Yeah, Summer's like, I'll never eat a sandwich on the beach again. Yeah, sorry about that. But they're drunk birds. But all right, so you need to hold on to your ninnies for this next story because this one I had the heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies.
I had the straight up heaves. So a woman.
This is scary.
A woman in South Africa. There was a car accident, and...
Flock of drunk seagulls. Hashtag flock of drunk seagulls. Where's the hashtag? I can't reach it. Hashtag flock of drunk seagulls.
Flock of drunk seagulls.
Fantastic.
That is a true story. So, the South African woman...
David just had hashtag zombie trash panda.
Yeah, that too, yes. So, this woman gets assessed at the scene and pronounced dead.
Which is sad.
Which is very sad. So they send her...
There's a car accident?
It was a car accident. So they send her
Big car accident. Lots of people
there was a pile up. And so they send her to the morgue. And all of a sudden...
The sky rat need rehab.
I'm not making... Okay, all of a sudden...
Try to make me go to rehab. And I said no. No.
I'm talking about a woman who is sent to the morgue and you can't contain yourself.
Cut to the end of the story because it's okay.
So the morgue technician is starting to open up the freezer and he's pulling bodies out so that he can start autopsies. And he goes and he pulls this body out and the woman turns and she's like, "Hey." And he's like, "Ah!" and he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Hey!"
I'm not dead.
And she wasn't dead. She got sent to the morgue and she was not dead. She was pronounced dead at the scene by EMTs and the morgue technician looked at her and he's had to call 911 and they had to come back and pick her up because she was not dead. And they had to send her to the hospital. She is recovering in the hospital as we speak. Not a dead person.
You know what? I think she won the lotto.
Yeah.
Not a dead person.
Not a dead person.
How pissed are you if you wake up in the freezer?
On your tombstone.
How pissed are you if you...
The bell on the tombstone with the string down to the...
Yeah.
Who does that?
Not gone. Back in the old days when because they were not as good at telling if you were dead. Yeah, I guess maybe you just stop breathing for a minute. There would be a little string in case you woke up because then they would sometimes they dig them up and find more people tried to get out.
Okay, that's why I want to be cremated. Just put me in the fire. I'm out. But anyway, the woman woke up.
Yeah, they put her in the morgue.
She woke up in the freezer, and they pulled her out, and she was like, "Hey!" And they're like,
You're sure that's exactly how she said it?
Well, she probably wasn't feeling well.
It was probably like, yeah.
She was not feeling well.
I probably would have been like, yeah, I don't know what I would have been like.
No.
I need to see your manager.
Like,
the service here is terrible.
BT Dub, we're going on a cruise.
Yes.
Why we followed the morgue story.
The morgue story.
Head over to www.that'sinappropriate.com/shop and come cruise with us. October 4th, 2019. We're coming for you. All right.
Oh my God, I would have run away. Yeah, I totally feel like I would have woke up and pushed them and then run out.
Yeah, I don't know that she was in running condition, but she was like, "I need you to call."
Yeah, at least it wasn't during the autopsy. Agreed.
Yeah.
I have to believe they check at least quickly before they get the saw out.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would assume so. All right, so there's this Christian blogger and author. Her name is Lori Alexander. And this past week, she had a post go viral. And I've actually seen posts from this writer before, several times actually. I've read some stuff. This post caught me a little bit though, and there's a couple reasons why. So let me just tell you the title of this blog post. The title of Lori Alexander's post was "Men Prefer Debt-Free Virgins Without Tattoos." That was the title.
Do they now?
The title of her post was "Men Prefer Debt-Free Virgins Without tattoos.
Well.
But here's the thing. The internet was
Hashtag she was chilling.
Oh, this poor woman. Guys, get the hashtag. Somebody get the hashtag. Dave, we need the hashtag. But seriously, so this woman writes this post, and of course the internet is like, she's joking, right?
Sir, my room is way too cold. This is too much! You guys!
This woman... This is not okay. We've gone silent.
No, it's we can all laugh now because she's alive.
This is
But I'm sure that had to be traumatic.
Yeah, this is. I know. That's not funny. Okay. All right. Okay, so this post goes viral and the whole internet assumes it's a joke. It's satire, right?
Right, but she was serious.
But then they start to read it and they're like, oh no, she's not
kidding. She was legit.
She's legit. So it begged a couple of questions from me personally. Like, number one, how the hell is this woman not in debt? Because, like, I wake up and I'm in debt. So, I don't know how this woman...
Have you ever just... Well, we've talked about this. When you wake up and figure out how much money you spent just before you move. It's like, I spent $800 before I breathe.
So my first question for this woman is, how the hell did you not have any debt? Like, what did you do? What sorcery are you working with that you do not have any
turn
debt?
on the AC.
Okay. Second of all right, you want to have a virgin without tattoos. That's what men prefer. Okay, cool. But do you know what? My guess is the men who would read this article and who would follow this advice also don't want a woman who can read or have an opinion. So I do take a little bit of an issue with this.
But now you're inferring things about the men. If you want to infer things about her, go ahead. First of all, I'm not interested in any of the ladies. So her post is
debt-free or tattoos?
I can
debt-free,
have tattoos, and
all of the above.
Well,
I can bring that to the party.
What this writer was saying was men prefer debt-free virgins.
Hashtag the cold never bothered me anyway.
Guys, we've gone sideways. Guys, that was a good one.
That was Frozen reference. That was so good. I'm dying.
This poor woman. I want to know wherever you are. I'm sure you're not watching this, but we really are glad that you are okay. Because honest to goodness, that is a crazy story.
I feel like it's actually like as awful and terrible as it would be to be put in one of those cooler body things. It's like winning the lotto to not be dead.
Yeah.
Like.
For honest to goodness, like the good Lord was shining down on you for sure, right? Okay. So she basically goes on to say how Jesus calls debt a burden, and urges you. I will, and urges you to live a life of sexual purity. She then says, "No man wants you out spending his money. You need to make sure that you do not reflect greed or sin." Okay, and she goes on and on and on, and it's like, first of all, I go to church, I read the Bible, I also want to be debt free. I really want to know more about this woman's financial process than anything else, but I kind of think like, whoa, let's step back for a second.
Did she say this too?
Yes.
She said that?
Yes.
She said that women shouldn't go to college?
Yes.
So,
oh my.
It went sideways quick.
Wait, but you can't spend the man's money, so what do? You can't make your own.
You're barefoot, pregnant, and you're cooking some really good grub, I think is what it boils down to.
Yeah, my inner feminist is angry. Like, why? What do you mean women shouldn't go to college?
Well, but the Twitter feed that ensued after this was pretty epic, okay?
Hashtag my nips can cut glass.
But the Twitter fury that ensued was pretty funny after this. But here's the thing. You can believe whatever you want, okay? But the things that I'm going to teach my daughter, okay, aren't necessarily going to be found in this.
Bring out your dead.
Guys, where are we? What are we doing tonight? What are we doing tonight? We have hashtag fever.
I love the one I read for this lady was someone tagged their friend and goes, "Hey, like, you've been really sad lately. Go to this lady's site, you'll be laughing for days."
Well, and then some guy posted, he's like, "I really would like a debt-free virgin." And then he's like, "Where can I get one?" And she replied, she's like, "I know, right? None to be found, eh?" And it's like, oh my gosh.
Well, the other one was, "Let the record show I prefer bankrupt, promiscuous tattoos."
Who doesn't love a good bankrupt promiscuous? Okay, you're looking at somebody who's gone belly up. All right, I'm just saying. It was an interesting read. It was an interesting read.
Well, and it's okay. You can hold whatever beliefs you want yourself, but once you start putting them into the public sphere, you're sort of inviting the.
Look, and I do it every day because I get attacked on the daily with messages and things like that, and it's fine. But it's like I know what I'm going to teach my daughter about what the important.
Vivian, I agree. She could use a couple classes at the community college.
I don't.
Something.
So here's. This story goes back to number 1, why I don't like boats, number 2, why I don't like the ocean, number 3, why I don't swim. Okay, probably in that order, but I'm not, right? Like, I do like to go to the beach.
You like to see it.
But I like to only see it.
Eyes on it.
I don't want to interact. I don't want this to be an interactive thing. Experience, right? Like, I like to watch it.
What about when it's really hot? My fear abates when the temperature is above 90.
To ankle depth, right? Like, it's like, I'll just splash like this,
Full of
right?
debt and huss.
Oh, hashtag plenty of debt. Okay.
For the long-time viewers.
For the long-time viewers.
Hashtag
plenty of huss. That should be a t-shirt right there.
Full of debt, full of huss.
Hashtag plenty of huss. All right, but seriously, so there's this woman who is vacationing.
That was Emily.
And a big thing in Australia, of course, which is one of the continents who is trying to kill you no matter which way you go, right?
There are lots of scary
I
animals
totally want to go to Australia because I think it would be so beautiful, but I also don't want to go to Australia because I'm scared that I'll just die from like land shark attack, crocodile attack, like you name it, tarantula attack, snake attack. So this woman goes to Australia, Northwest Australia, and she goes on one of those boat tours where they tell you can feed the sharks, right? Mm-hmm. So they take you out, and this is a hand feeding. This isn't like sit on my boat and we chum the waters and you watch the sharks eat. You hand feed the sharks because they're
nurse sharks.
They're nurse sharks.
Yeah, it's not like not the great whites.
It's a nurse shark, and they say it's totally safe. You put it out.
Jennifer, let's all go cruising. She hates boats.
A cruise boat is big enough. It's fine. I don't want to go on a little dinghy in the water, okay? I don't want to be on your dinghy in the water, okay? I'm a high... That's it, guys. He's done. Look what you've done now. Look what you've done, okay? And I've been on a cruise. It's fine.
Meg wants to hang out with the drunk seagulls.
I do. But so she goes...
I'm picturing Sebastian with his crazy hair. Or not Sebastian. What's the... with from The Little Mermaid. What's his name? With his crazy hair. The seagull.
Oh, I don't remember
Sebastian's
his name.
the crab.
Flounder, Sebastian, and the seagull.
I don't know.
Crazy seagull.
So
Mike.
Okay. So they're hand feeding these sharks, right? And the woman has extended her hand. The shark gets super excited, sucks her whole hand into its mouth, drags her into the water.
Pulls her. It doesn't drag because they're yanks.
Scuttle.
Scuttles.
Sucked at
Scuttle. Scuttle the bird. Thank
Scuttle.
you, business manager.
Sucked at her right finger like a Hoover, pulled her into Dugong Bay.
But it was a dangerous Hoover.
Right? So all of a sudden,
different?
she gets pulled into this water where not only sharks live, what else lives in the waters of Australia?
Crocodiles.
Salt water.
That's a crocodile, mate.
Man-eating crocodiles. So
We watched Crocodile Dundee last week
Crocodile
on
Dundee.
Air TV over like
I love
one of the old
Crocodile
channels.
Dundee.
With his knife.
I got a knife. You got a knife, eh? And
That's not a knife.
That's not a
This
knife.
is a knife.
This is a knife. Yeah, all right.
We have
So
terrible accents. Our accents are so bad.
mine was spot on.
All your accents are the Swedish.
Shut up! All right, so she gets into the water. She said she was holding her hand up. Her finger was like chewed off, right?
It was
She's
still
like,
attached.
It's got my finger.
hanging.
It's got my finger. All of a sudden, she realizes
I'm in the water.
crocodiles live here. So they're driving the boat over to pick her up. They get her up on the boat. So but here's my favorite quote from this story. It's not the shark's fault at all.
It's not.
It could have been worse. I've decided to respect marine life and maybe just leave them alone.
The moral of the story is don't feed sharks with your hands.
Stop feeding sharks, people. Who thought this was a good idea? Nobody, okay? Don't feed crocodile. Number one, somebody sent me a video last week of some crazy ass woman in Florida feeding an alligator. That's totally illegal. You're not allowed to do that.
The shark's name is Tyson.
So if you find anybody, if you see any videos, report them to Facebook and report the woman.
Report them to Facebook.
Report them anywhere you can.
Don't feed alligators.
Don't feed alligators.
But don't report them to Facebook. Report them to where you're supposed to.
But I'm saying if you don't know where the person lives or whatever, report it so maybe Facebook can't. I'm just saying don't feed alligators. That's why they think our dogs and kids are freaking food. You can't do that. Do not ever feed an alligator. They're very dumb, big creatures that will eat you. So stop. Sorry, rant over. Moving on. Also, don't feed alligators. Who the freak do you think you are?
Did you tell her about when the gator was sneaking up on
Oh my
LaSwanda?
God. So, I don't know if you guys know, but we have fake swans.
LaSwanda.
Kip and LaSwanda are the two swans that live in my lake in my backyard.
They're plastic.
They're plastic. I, like the idiot that I am, was like, holy crap, when did swans move into our lake? And then I realized my freaking
But our
neighbor...
neighbors are doing it too. They're stopping to be like, oh God,
My
swans.
freaking neighbor put plastic swans in the lake. I went out with my camera like, oh, I'm going to take some sweet pics of these swans. They're freaking fake, right? So now...
Tell the truth. How long did it take you to know?
2-3 minutes.
She walked all the way out into the
I
yard.
walked all the way out. So I get out there. Shut up. So I get out
They're
there.
so plastic. There's a seam.
I can't see that far. So I get out there, right? And so then I decided that I was just going to name them. And now on Instagram, I just tell stories about Kip and LaSwanda's life, right? Okay, right now they're at odds. It's serious. You just don't know what's going to happen. But moving on.
Tanya says you're an alligator narc.
I did. So the alligator yesterday got all puffed up, made himself really big, swims all the way up to the swan and was like, son of a...
It's fake.
It's fake. He started messing with the chain. The thing was bobbing up and down, and then he was like, meh. He thought he was going to have a really big, Thanksgiving meal.
LaSwanda.
LaSwanda and Kip were on the menu, but it didn't work out. All right, so criminal news.
Oh my. This is a good one.
Florida man.
Just avoid the cocaine.
Florida
in general.
man.
Oh, you haven't seen the pictures I got
Hashtag
for
the
this.
Swan Chronicles. Is that what you're calling
Hashtag
it?
Yeah.
the Swan Chronicles.
Oh my God, it has a name.
Yeah, well...
You're feeding this, audience.
First of all, Kip and LaSwanda are at odds currently at this moment, but that's because their communication has not really been up to par as of late.
Kip's been talking to other hussies.
Kip, there was another bird who came over and was
Was
like...
it a duck? A mallard?
No.
Was it
Ibis.
sexy,
It was an
sexy
ibis.
mallard?
It was an ibis.
Ooh.
And she was eyeing
Those skinny
Kip.
ibis
They
girls.
are not debt free, and I think she had a tattoo.
Oh,
She
she
had
had
a
a
tat.
tattoo.
She had a tat. She looked a little hussy-esque. But anyway, but you do need to come follow on Instagram because I every day I do something
Oh,
about
they're
Kip and
singing
LaSwanda.
Daddy Shark in here.
All right, so
My kid. Oh my God, with the daddy shark, I can't.
he does. He goes like this. All right, so
And now he thinks shark growl. I don't know where he got that from, but he goes, rah, rah,
think
and just
they're just
everywhere.
eating.
He
I think
takes
they're
them out of
just
his
eating.
bathtub and of course, it's not like a loving, I nipped your hand. It's like, eat your face!
Well, because-
it's like, oh, I love you.
well, sharks don't love. Yeah, all right, but he's fine with that. I'm not a fan of the sharks. All right, a 70-year-old woman got quite the shock when a stranger broke into her home while she was resting on her couch at 6 p.m. on Monday.
She's
However,
just resting. She lounging.
she was doing what my mom says she does. I was only resting with my eyes were shut. That was it. I was just resting. Every time my mom would fall asleep or pass out on the couch, it was I was just resting with my eyes shut. And it's like, no, you were snoring, Mom. All right. So she says that she was resting on the couch on Monday, and all of a sudden, a stranger breaks in and things get weird.
They get weirder from there.
He says to her, "Don't say anything. The police are after me and they're outside right now. I can't leave."
That's what I want a stranger in my house to say.
I can't leave.
That's totally what I want to hear.
He closes the woman's door and tells her to sit back on the couch. Irving, the suspect, proceeds to grab a
You know
pot.
he'd be named Irving.
Irving. He proceeds to grab a pot, boil some water, and make himself a bowl of spaghetti.
Because that's what you do when you're breaking in. On a B&E, you just get in the mood for some whole
Some
grains.
spaghettis.
Oh, that's not the worst part.
From spaghetti. He then finishes his spaghetti, goes to the washroom.
He was there a while if he cooked spaghetti and ate it.
Goes to the washroom to clean up, undresses himself, walks out naked.
Gets back naked.
Irving.
Naked spaghetti.
Irving.
So then the woman's
Nobody
like,
wants that noodle.
the woman's like, why are you naked in my house? She started.
Has she not called the police at this point?
She stayed on the couch, which is I think what she should have done.
Is that what he said to her to do?
He said, "Stay there." I think she did the right thing. Then, When she
My ass
realized
would have bolted, but I guess if you're 70.
when she realized he was in the bathroom for a bit, she made a break for it. Gets to the front door, runs outside, finds cops because they're literally patrolling the area.
This man, and she's like in there.
He's
in
naked,
my tub.
naked in my house with the sketty. They then come in, and he. This is his rap sheet, though. You have to hear
Hashtag
this.
disturbing Irving.
Disturbing Irving. You have to hear this. Irving was captured. He fled the scene. He was captured in a wooded area.
How did
naked.
he flee? How did he get away?
Back door.
Back door. It's
Back
always
door.
the back door.
Hashtag back door. You gotta watch the back door.
Irving
was
was
captured in the wooded area and was charged with burglary of an occupied dwelling, exposure of sexual organs, petty theft, and resisting arrest.
Was petty theft for the spaghetti?
And
Yes.
because we were in Florida, that was only the second strangest thing that happened in that county.
He also was served with outstanding warrants for giving a false name while detained, resisting arrest with violence, and possession of cocaine.
I don't know. That last thing doesn't sound like Irving to me.
Possession of cocaine. Then the police made sure on the list to report spaghetti as the stolen item of the break-in.
I
So
want him to be in court, and I want them to be like, you owe her for
I found this
a
picture
box
for you.
of spaghetti and...
Did you see the picture?
can
So
of
I found
ragu.
that one for you. Him cooking naked. But then, so you hear of someone in there, and this is the one coming up now is probably what you would prefer to find in your kitchen.
Oh.
Oh,
But-
hello.
Break
What you
and
do-
enter.
Oh, ew, don't be gross.
That was the line? You guys all night and I broke
But
the
what
line?
you end up finding is this guy, who's coming now.
Yeah.
This was I don't know if
It's
this is
never-
Irving
never-
or not.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, thanks. I don't think like. Well, there is that. What's that guy that made his whole career, like his whole modeling thing, is the hot criminal?
Oh, with all
That
the
guy
tattoos.
made his whole. He made his whole.
Oh, wait. After finding this article, I Googled burglaries in Florida that involve food.
Lots. That's what I mean. This was only the second weirdest thing in that county that day.
There were at least 20 articles of men being arrested and then cooking something.
Do you remember the guy that stole the beanie weenies?
Yes.
I didn't choose the thug life. The thug life chose me.
I sat there and I was like,
the one that wanted to burn his ex-boyfriend's house, and he
So
got
he-
dressed as what?
he dressed himself up in a Halloween costume and then put a pot of spaghetti sauce on
It's
the.
always the spaghetti. The root of all.
So,
Hashtag the spaghetti bandit.
so here's the
Guys,
thing, guys.
I really love
Thank
the
you for
hashtags
joining
tonight.
us.
I
Thank
really
you for
love them.
joining us on this episode, the
Join us on
95th
the
of
cruise.
Winesday. Join us on the cruise.
Toot toot. I'm just gonna start doing that every time we talk about going.
Toot, toot.
Isn't it
Join
more
us-
like wah wah?
Yeah, it's a big, deep. So join us on October 4th, 2019, as we set sail for the
We'll have to get
Bahamas.
I can make those paper ones.
We're gonna do
Sailor hats?
a cruise T-shirt or tank so we all match. How fun is that?
That is fun.
It's gonna be fun, and you get swag bags, and you get to go. We're gonna do a show, and we're gonna go do fun stuff. I'm trying to do a karaoke night.
Oh my.
Oh my, how much fun will that be?
Oh
Will you
me.
sing?
Oh my. Sure, if I'd had enough to drink.
I think the whole trip will be enough to drink. So join us over there in HME Hot Mess Express,
And the Fruity Pop.
and the Fruity Pop. Make sure to follow. And we're coming over to Hot Mess Express right now for the after party. It's after party. It's after party. It's after party. Don't stop.
Sing your rehab song again, because that was.
Try to make me go to rehab.
No.
And I said
No, that's not a- no.
Those squirrels are jungle.